Hi everyone and welcome back to Total Coins. So in today's video we're going to be doing another pre-decimal coin hunt. We've still got our tub full of pre-decimal coins, and following on from last week's video you all sort of opted to not refill the tub, so we are going to keep running through the tub until we finish it off. But it is the first video of the month, so we will be doing an album review. So if you're just interested in the hunt, I will put a little annotation just down the bottom here and tell you what time to skip to. But before you do skip, just be aware that we are going to be restarting a couple of albums in this video. So as we get to sort of each of the albums, I'll sort of go through what ones we're going to be restarting. So let's move this off to the side and get started with our first set of albums, and it is the Farthings. So first one we've got is the 1902 to 1936. And we've only got two of the Edwards, the 7th ones. We've not even got an obverse for them. One of them, so 1902, is in particularly bad shape. The 1909's not too bad. Then with the George V ones, we're just missing 1913, 1933 and 34. So we've only got 3 to complete the George V ones, but it's obviously the Edward VII that we're struggling with. So that album I am going to carry on, because we don't find, we find sort of the odd one here and there. Of sort of that sort of period, so that one is going to stay the same. Next one we've got is 1937 to 1956. We've got a full page there, a full page there, and literally the only two we're missing in this album is the 1954 obverse and the 1956, but the 1956 has got a mintage of sub 2 million. So what I am going to do is, this is going to be the first album that we're going to restart. So what will happen is all of the coins in this album are going to be removed. They're going to be put into coin flips and put into a separate album. And then any of the coins that we find today, if they go in this album, then they'll be put in. So that is going to be the first one that we're going to be restarting. Then next up we have our halfpenny albums. So we've got 1860 to 1901, and this one is extremely sparse. For some reason we have never really found any of the Victorian era halfpennies, apart from the ones that sort of you see in the album now. So this album obviously will not be getting refreshed, because we've hardly filled any of it at all, so that will stay as it is. Then we've got 1902 to 1936, and with this one, once again, I've not done too great on the Edward VII ones. So we've got 1903, 04, 09 and 10 that we're missing, and obviously we haven't even got an obverse for this yet. So I might have a look actually. I think there will be some coins laying about, but I may have a look to see if I've got an obverse for that. Then with the George V's, we're missing 1913, 1922, 24 and 32. So we've got 4 to find on that page. So with this album, I'm going to keep this album running for a bit longer. Obviously we've got a fair few in there still to find. Then next up we've got our 1937 to 1967 halfpenny album, and we are still looking to find a 1937 to 48 obverse, which I'm pretty sure I've had a couple of them, so I'll look to get that updated as well. Then we're missing 1940, 48, 51, a 53 obverse, 56, and that is it. So we've got a couple to find in here. Obviously with the ones for this album we tend to find absolutely loads of them, we've already completed this album once, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to carry on this album until we are able to complete this one again. And what I'll then do is refresh the album once we do complete it. Then next up, we've got our penny albums. So we've got 1881 to 1901, and once again we've got a fair few empty sort of spaces. So from the earlier years we've got 1881, 89, 90, 91 and 93. So we are missing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 from the first 2 pages. But we do have a complete page at the end of the book, which is 1895 to 1901. And then we've also got the obverse as well. So with that album, I'm going to carry on this album. Obviously, just looking for the older years. Then we've got our 1902 to 1929. So we now have a completed first page, and the completed first page is a massive thanks to Janet Smith. She sent me 2 of the 1905s in my PO box, so absolutely over the moon with that. So that was one that I'd been looking for quite a while, so a massive thank you to Janet Smith for that. We've then got a full page there as well, including the 1912 with the H mint mark. Then we are just missing the 1918 mint marked coins, so the H and the K and the N. We're missing a 1919 K and N and a 1926. So with this album, because we've been looking for these ones for so long, and we've had no sight of them at all, I am going to restart this album. So we will be adding new coins to a penny album. Then next up we've got 1930 to 1966. So we've got a complete run on that page there. A complete date run on that page there, just missing the 49 to 51 obverse. And obviously we've got 49, but we are missing 1950, 51, 53. But with these, they are exceptionally low minted. So 51 is 120,000, 50 is 240,000. So those two, that one rarer than the Q, that one not far off as rare as the Q. So chances of finding them are few and far between. So what I'll probably do is I will probably buy them off the second-hand market. And we've also got 1953, which is 1.3 million. So that will be another one that I am going to look to buy off the internet. So that album, we are going to be restarting this album as well. But what I may look to do as well is Janet Smith did actually send me a penny album. So because this one only goes up to 1966 and not 67, I will probably look to use her album that she sent me, just so that we're able to get all of the full date run into the album. Then next up, we've got our 3p album, and I think you can all guess this one won't be getting refreshed, as it was refreshed 2 weeks ago. So we managed to find the 1949 3p that we'd been searching for ages, and it was literally just that one that we were missing for so long. I was absolutely floored that we were able to find it. It's 464,000 minted, and I managed to find one. So absolutely over the moon. It's amazing how I can find a 1949, but I can't find a Commonwealth Games Island. But so we have in the new album 1944, 52 and 62. So we will be carrying on with this album. Then next up, we've got our sixpence albums. So the first album we've got here is 1902 to 1936, and at the moment all we have is 1929 and 1930. To be honest, the chances of me getting anything for this album are slim to none, because all of the coins within this album contain silver. Everything up to 1920 was it 995 silver, and then from 1920 onwards it was 925 silver up to 1920, and then in 1920 they changed it to 500 silver, so half silver. Oh, excuse me. But any of the pre-decimals that have got any sort of silver content, I don't tend to find them in the lots that I get. So we'll carry that album on, just because I don't see us switching it over, or to filling it up, sorry. Next one we've got is 1937 to 1967 on the sixpences, and we have, so the silver coins run up to 1946 was the last one where the coins were sort of half silver. Then from 1947 onwards they were copper nickel. So we are missing 49, 52 and 61. So we've got just 3 that we're missing. Do you know what? I'm not too sure about this album as to sort of whether to refresh it or not. What are we looking at? So 61 has got 115 million minted. 52 is just over a million, and 49 is 41 million. So do you know what? We've been finding a few more sixpences recently, so what I am going to do is I am going to refresh this sixpence album as well, just to sort of give us something else to sort of look forward to hunting. So I will get that one done as well. Then we've got our Shillings album. So we've got 1937 to 1951. So once again, with this one, all the way up to 1946 was half silver. So all of the ones in here will be, or the ones that we're missing, sorry, will be half silver. Then from 1947 onwards, it's all copper nickel. So because the chances of finding the silver ones are so few and far between, I am going to restart this album as well. Just because, as I say, the chances of us filling this bit are very few and far between, whereas we do tend to find the ones that sort of go in here. So that one is going to be getting restarted as well. Then we've got our 1953 to 1964 or 1962, I think it is. So we are missing the 1953 Scottish, 1959 Scottish, 1960 Scottish, no 66 sorry, and 1964 English. So we've got 4 that we're missing on this one. With this one, obviously we have completed a Shilling album before, so I am going to keep this one running just to sort of finish it off. Because obviously, as I say, we have already finished one. And next up, we have. Sorry, just trying to open this without the coins falling out. That didn't work, did it? So that one goes in there, and that one goes in there. So with the florins, or the 2 shillings, once again up to 1946 were half silver, and from 1946 onwards they were copper nickel. So in this one we are only missing, we're missing more than I thought actually. So we are missing 57, 58, 63, 64 and 66. So we will keep this one going. Obviously we find them every now and then. Once again, it's not one that we find too many of. So I will keep the florins going. And then the last album that we've got is our half crowns. So this is 1941 to 1967. So once again, everything up to 1946 was silver. So chances of finding that in my in the coins that I get is basically slim to none. So I'm not worrying about them slots. But we've got 1949 that we're missing. We've got a 1953 obverse we're missing. Then we're also missing 61 and 66. So we have a couple that we're missing there. Obviously, because we find the half crowns so infrequently, I am just going to sort of keep this album running. So that is going to be it. So we've got 5 albums that we're going to be refreshing. So anything that we find in this hunt will be going into the new albums. So we've got the 1937 to 1957 farthings, the 1902 to 1929 and 1930 to 1966 penny albums. We've also got the sixpence album, which I haven't got written down, is the 1937 to 1967 sixpence album, and then the 1937 to 1951 Shillings Album. So we've got a good set there of albums that we're going to be refreshing. So what we'll do now, we will get the tub on the corner and we'll start having a look, see what we can find. Oh, excuse me. So we start off with a George V. It's a 1 penny from 1918, and that looks like a mint mark. Don't tell me I've just refreshed and found a mint mark. I have a 1918 H mint mark. Are you kidding me? I have just restarted the album. I've been searching for one of these for ages, and now you give me it. The first coin after I refreshed the album. That is the biggest insult in coin hunting history. Oh my god. Well, looks like we're not going to be looking for the 1918 H when we refresh our album. Well, I am absolutely over the moon to find it. I just wish I'd found it in last week's hunt. Next up, we have a halfpenny from 1946. So that will be George the VI. There we go. We've then got a 2 shillings, and what date have we got? We have a 1950, so not a new one for the album, but still a nice find nonetheless. Next up, we've got an Elizabeth II. And it is a halfpenny from 1965. Very nice. So what I'll probably do is I'll just run the hunt till we get to around the 25-minute mark, just so the video's not running on sort of too long. Then next up we've got a George VI, and it is a 1 farthing from 1944. So that is going to be the first farthing that we re-add to our album. Very nice. We've then got a 1967 1 penny. So that is an Elizabeth II. And hopefully I'll get the album set up, so then we'll be able to actually have a 1967 in the book. Next up we've got a half penny, not a half penny, a 3p, sorry, from 1964, is that? No, 1961. So that will be Elizabeth II. Very nice. Next up we've got a half penny from 1967. Elizabeth II. That one's a bit grubby compared to the ones that we normally find, but still not gonna complain. And oh, actually I completely forgot about the new half pennies. So we have a 1976. So with the new half pennies as well, I am going to be refreshing that one. So this is going to be the first one that we add. So I think I'm only actually missing one. I haven't got it to hand. I know that there's only, I think there's 3 years that we're missing, and they're all sort of the NIFC years. Then next up we've got a George VI. It is a half penny from 1939. This time we've got an Elizabeth II, and it's another half penny from 1966. We've then got an Elizabeth II, and that is a Scottish 1 shilling from 1955, is that? Yep, 1955. I can't remember what one you were missing. I think it was 1953. But still, a very nice find. Then we've got another 1944 farthing. So that will be George VI again. And then what we'll do is we'll do one more just to sort of round it off. And we're going to round off the video with a 1 penny from 1916. So another one that we're going to add to the album, and it is a George V. Very, very nice. So, obviously, I know it's a very, very short hunt today, but the album review sort of, as per normal, sort of takes up a bit of time, and I don't like the videos to sort of run on for sort of too long. But star pull for today is going to be the 1918 H mint marked 1 penny. So I cannot believe that as soon as I refresh the albums, this is the first coin I pick out. I still cannot believe it. But yeah, what an absolute brilliant start to the new albums. So, as I said at the beginning of the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. You can also actually now click the join button, which should be just about here, to become a channel member, where you'll get access to sort of additional videos. I do want to say that sort of all of the videos that are currently on the channel will always be on the channel. I am not going to be moving any videos behind a paywall. The videos for members are literally just some extra little videos, sort of, I think it's one live stream and some behind the scenes footage depending on your level, but obviously there's no obligation to sort of become a member. It is completely sort of up to people who just want to give the channel a bit of support. And as well, down below you can also get links to my social medias. I've got Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, with that said, thanks for watching. Really hope you enjoyed today's hunt, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Alright, bye.